All right, you guys, the volume of a right rectangular prism is found by multiplying the length of the base by the width of the base by the height of the prism. Prism, otherwise known as the area of the base times the height. So we have base times width times height, and it says that this is equal to, that's equal to the volume. This problem gives us that the volume is 30 and the height is 6. So we're going to change volume to be 30 and the height to be 6. And it's asking us to find the area of the base. It's not asking us to find a side of the base, just the area. So what we need to realize is that the base times the width, the length times the width, I guess I should have had that. That did sound weird to me. The length times the width is the area of the base, right? So this is going to become our big question mark, but we know that whatever that is, right, whatever it is, if I multiply it by 6, it gives me 30, right? So what number times 6 gives you 30? So the area of the base has to be 5, okay? Jacob followed a recipe that required 2 cups of water for every 3 cups of flour. I'm going to do a ratio. 2 cups of water for each 3 cups of flour. If he used 8 cups of flour, so we put that on, because if I'm setting up a ratio, the denominators and the numerators have to be the same. So my question mark is kind of at the top, or my variable, right? So the question is 3 times what number equals 8, and then I need to multiply that number by 2. So 3 times what is equal to 8. So I divide both sides by 3. So x, not this x. I might have confused you here. Like, let's not make this x. I just always make my variable x. We'll make this question mark. What I just found is what I would multiply 3 by, 8 over 3, in order to get 8, right? And that's the same ratio that I need to multiply 2 by. So I have to multiply 2 by 8 over 3, which gives us 16 over 3, but it looks like they want us to turn it into a, well, I know it's got to be one of these with the denominator of 3, but as a mixed number. How many times can 3 go into 16 without going over? That's 5, and then how much is left over? 5 1/3. So it's going to be C. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression above? So at this point, I just kind of play around with it. What I will do in order to combine like terms is distribute that 4. So 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 5 is 20, plus 4x plus 8. And did you notice I use the word expression because there's no equal sign? So this is actually 8x and then plus 28, right? But that's not an answer because I can still factor out something. And I cannot factor out an 8 from 28, so I'm going to go with it's probably A, but let's try it. If I factor out a 4 here, if I factor out a 4 from 8, I get 2x, 8x anyway. If I factor out a 4 from 8x, and if I factor out a 4 from 28, I get 7. So I had to distribute, recombine, and then refactor. So that's what that question is getting at, is can you do all of those things? Can you distribute, combine, and then refactor it out? All right. Okay, próximo. Okay. If it took Khalid 90 minutes to complete 40 tasks, which of the following is an equivalent rate? So a rate is 40 tasks, because they have tasks per minute, so you have to put the 40 first. I have 40 tasks per 90 minutes. Right? And it obviously wants us to do how long it would take to do 10 tasks because each answer has 10. So I'll put 10 on the numerator and then our question mark is on the denominator, right? So this is tasks and we just need minutes. So let's work backwards. It looks like 10 times 4 is 40. So I'm looking for something something that when I multiply it by 4, it gives me 9. So we can do a little equation. 4 times something, I always call it x, is equal to 9. So we divide both sides by 4. X is equal to 9/4, which I don't know if it's going to let you use the calculator on this, but it's going to be something 0.25, right? And I already know that, so I know it's going to be b without even using the calculator because my denominator is 4. Like, look, if I turned this into a mixed number, like 4 can go into 9 2 times. And then I'm going to have a remainder 1/4, right? So 2 and 1/4, I knew I would have some sort of remainder where my denominator was 4. So I knew that it was going to have to be like a 2/5 or a 7/5 here. And so I knew it was probably going to be b without, I don't know if you're timed, but without even having to use a calculator there. All right, I feel like I'm going to need my highlighter to explain this one. The table above shows a survey of 50 registered voters in a city. So the total is 50 registered voters. So 22 plus 28 is 50, and also 20 plus 30 is 50. Am I right? Is 22 and 28 50? Yeah. Huh. Okay. So they plan to vote yes or no on 2 different issues. We don't care what the issues are. If a voter who plans to vote yes on, let's change the color, vote yes on issue P is randomly selected. So plans to vote yes on issue P is both here and here because these are the people that plan to vote yes on issue P, right? And if you add 8 and 12 together, you get 20. What is the probability that the voter also plans to vote yes on issue Q? So people who plan to vote yes on issue Q are here, here, and here. So if you randomly select somebody in the blue column, what is the probability that they're going to vote yes on Q? So it's going to be 12 out of the total 20, right? So 12 over 20 equals, because 12 people, this is our total of the people. We're only picking from the group that plans to vote yes. So of those people, that's my total. Whenever you do probability, the total number of people you're choosing from is going to be the denominator, and the numerator is going to be all of those people that also voted. I did the wrong fraction. Did you guys see me circle 12? Really quickly, let me just say this all over again. All of that highlighting was right, by the way. I just wanted to re-explain this to you. Okay, this is 20 is the total number of people I'm looking at. I am only pulling from this group of people. I'm only looking at these people. Okay, that's the first part of the sentence. Of the green people, how many also plan to vote yes on Q? That's 8, right? So it's going to be 8 out of the total number, which is 20. So 8 out of 20, take half and half. We get 4/10. Take half and half again. We get 2/5. I tried to get it down really low because I also know if I get something in fifths, I already know how to make a decimal, and that's going to be 0.4. I can just do fifths in my head, so C. All right, 15, which of the following values is equivalent to 5 to the negative 3? Oh, you guys, we just did this. So 5 to the negative 3 is the same as 1 over 5 cubed, which is the same as 1 over 5 times 5 times 5, which is the same as 1 over 125. Bam. 16, which of the following expressions is equivalent to, oh, you guys, we just did this. You're going to have this is going to be so easy for you. So what are we multiplying on the inside here? So x cubed times x squared is going to be x to the, and when we're multiplying, we add 5th power, but then we're taking the power to the power, the power to the power. And when you're taking a power to a power, you multiply. So that's going to be x to the 25th power. C. Yay! Oh, you guys are gonna rock this tomorrow. Okay. What's next? What's next? How many more? Just this page, I think, yeah? Just to 19. Yeah, we're almost done. 17, the elevation of the summit is 400,500 meters above sea level. Climbers begin at a trailhead as elevation, so they're already this high. What is the change in elevation to the nearest foot? So they're just going from 2550 to 4. So if they start at 2550 and they go up to 4418, how far have they gone? So let's do the subtraction. You do subtraction to find out the amount in between two different numbers. Bam. So 8 minus 0 is 8. Cancel this, make this 3, make this 11. 11 minus 5 is 6. And then move this out and make this 3, make this 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. Check my mental math. 1868, obviously, which is incorrect. Oh, you guys, look. So I found the amount of meters, and I still have to find the amount of feet. So luckily, I have the correct amount of meters, right? And 1 foot is equal to 0.3048 of a meter. So I am going to have a lot more feet than meters. You're going to have to multiply this like by 3. So in my head, 20 times 3. Oh, I'm going to have to use the calculator. No, I'm not going to use a calculator. I'm going to look at 1,800. I mean, that's close to 2,000. There's approximately 3 feet in a meter because a meter is like a yard. So if I just multiply 2 times 3, I would get 6 something, right? So I think it's going to be this one, but let's just double check with the calculator. I'd hate for you to get this wrong because of me. So we're going to take 1,868, right, times 3. Ooh, I was wrong. It's a good thing that I checked. 5604. It's B. I multiplied it by 3 because I knew that there was approximately 3 feet in a yard. When it's talking about this is going to be close to it. You could that's close to a third. So that's how you would need more feet, right? You need more feet. So I'm glad I checked that. Bam. Always check yourself before you wreck yourself. 3x minus 2y equals 15. X equals 3. So we just put that x right back in there, right? So this is going to be, instead of 3 times x, it's going to be 9. Minus 2y equals 15. Subtract 9 from each side. You get negative 2y equals 15 minus 9 is 6. Divide both sides by negative 2 and you get what? Negative 3? B. 18, 19. Only one more question. What is, oh, there's a 20. All right. I guess I will just, because I only have like a minute left on this video. So I will go ahead and do the last 2 on another video.